I am Argtar asks, do you think the curve in the new LCD LED TVs are due to compensate for off-axis viewing angles or the fact that 21:9 panels are so long? I don't think that the curve is to compensate for off-axis viewing angles, generally speaking. You're still going to get the problem. I think they're making these curved TVs because they want to somehow say, see, we got a new feature. It's a new thing, and they can do it, so they do. Interestingly, it's only the Koreans who are doing it. LG and Samsung, and some of the Chinese as well. Hisense, TCL, I think, did it as well. But the Japanese aren't. The Panasonic, Sony, Toshiba, Sharp, none of those companies are making curved screens. So I find it very interesting. As you know, I'm sure I've said it many times, I don't like curved screens, at least not on smaller TVs. Now, you make the point, I am Argtar, about 21:9 screens and the fact that those are so wide. And the ones we saw at CES are 105 inches. And there, the curve starts to make some sense, to give you a sense of immersion, if you're sitting at the right distance anyway. Speaking of which, I have to say, just before I came on here, I was watching a little of TV, and I happened to notice that How the West Was Won was on TCM. And so I went there because I wanted to see whether or not they were going to show Cinerama in a tiny little letterbox. And what were they doing? I couldn't believe it. I've never seen this before. They actually had the image on the screen with the top and bottom bowed as if you were looking at this really curved screen, which is what Cinerama originally was. But the TV station, TCM, Turner Classic Movies, was actually showing that on a flat image with this huge, huge bowing of the top and bottom of the screen. It was like, what? And people walking across from one side to the other kind of changed size. It was like unbelievable. So I just pointed that out because of the curved screen. Cinerama, of course, has still a curved screen because of the immersive factor. And these really wide LCD TVs, it makes some sense, but not on a 16:9, 50-inch or so.